Are you hard stuck in platinum or diamond rank and have just always wanted to hit masters? I mean, you've seen that purple dive trail and that attractive master's badge, but you've never been able to unlock them. Well, in this video, I'll be discussing everything you need to know to finally do this. I will cover 5 tactics and strategies so that you can get out of whatever rank you're stuck in and reach one of the highest ranks in Apex Legends. If anyone is new here, just know that my channel centers around helping you all improve at Apex, so let's just jump right into this. The first rank strategy comes down to my simple ranked philosophy that I practice in all of the ranked tiers. This way I maximize my time I'm spending playing ranked with the most amount of RP that I can possibly gain. It centers around early KP if, and this is a big if, we land contested with one other team, or we land uncontested, but the point of interest next to us has about 2 to 3 teams landing there. See, if you're uncontested at, let's say, Power Grid, but 2 teams went Fight Night, and your team gets looted up, and you still hear that fighting going on, you should definitely consider third-partying it. However, just keep in mind that other teams will be considering this same thing, especially in diamond lobbies. So in that example, if one team landed Docks and another team landed Carrier, then you definitely need to prepare for them to try to third-party as well. Now, this could deter your decision to do so if you feel like it will just end up in a pile of teams third-partying one another. A simple free look while you are dropping should give you some initial information about what the circumstances are on your side of the map. If you are successful in getting that early KP, then this leads me to strategy number 2. Scan beacons and play positioning. Now, having this early KP is really like an insurance policy for you going into late game. And in this season, it's so much more focused on placement with KP as opposed to last season where it was just KP. You will have later opportunities to get that KP if you put your team in the best position to win the game. Because early KP isn't mandatory, but it usually makes the game go a bit smoother, I've noticed. However, just keep in mind, if you go for that early KP, we do have to talk about those times you will lose -48 if you do lose that early game fight. Now, this will happen, but it's all about your priorities, time played, plus how many points you have lost or gained. If you try the early KP strategy 2 to 3 times in a row and you are unsuccessful, then you must switch it up and land uncontested. Try to play more patient the next game, get looted up, understand where the circle is pulling to, and eventually an opportunity will arise. One of the keys to being successful in Diamond is knowing when not to force certain fights. This hangs up a lot of players. It even hangs up players when they get into Masters too. When players don't have much to lose, they will feel good about griefing whoever they can. I would seriously reconsider this strategy if that's how your team has been playing. It won't get you too far and probably won't help you improve that much. Now, it doesn't matter if you're stuck at 10,000 RP or if you're stuck at the bottom of D4. You should still be trying to make the best plays as possible, because just because you can't D-rank doesn't mean you need to grief. Number 3 is all about your mindset. What should your mindset be like in these lobbies? Well, to put it simply, be alert at all times. Teams will do some really desperate things for KP. You might just be looting some building and all of a sudden a whole team is just crouching in corners and 1-2-3s you. Or even you're looting and all of a sudden you bump into a full team holding hands. If you get too split from your teammates, it probably won't go too well. This type of stuff happens often, so it's crucial your team is actively communicating and moving together wherever y'all go. Singling out opponents, even if it's ever so slight, can be the huge advantage teams need in order to win that fight altogether. So don't get caught lacking in these lobbies. Players will make you pay. On the topic of being alert, it's important to always expect a third party after any time you wrap up a fight. See, everyone knows third partying can be an easy way to get more kills. And in the higher elos, it's predatory. So even if you're on the edge of the map, don't waste time looting before healing. Always be on your toes for that next team that could be close. The more alert you will be, the better prepared you will be for these encounters. Another really important aspect to mindset is not getting in the habit of thinking everyone is better than you. You want to stay humble and understand everyone is capable of killing one another in these lobbies, but you have to be confident that you can win every fight. You should also have the mentality that if you go down, it's over. And this isn't to take anything away from your teammates' skill. It's just that in these lobbies, it's harder to win fights when you're outnumbered. So preserving your life and deliberately not making pushes that get you knocked is critical to gaining max amounts of RP. All right, now that we've covered some strategies, we've got to get into some specific tips that I recommend to make this Masters push as easy as possible. I mean, this video is for people who seriously want to improve at Apex, so let's go. Tip number 4, meta, meta, meta. I don't know who wants to work harder and not smarter, but if that's you, you're not going to like this. Conforming to the meta in diamond lobbies is imperative for 99% of the player base. I know everyone has their take on who to play and what guns to run, but let me tell you who I think is best for these lobbies. First, you want a mobility legend. The 3 I recommend for this role are going to be Ashe, Valkyrie, and Wraith. Valkyrie is for more macro and micro rotations because she can fly the whole team at very large distances, but she can also do a simple reposition if you guys need to do that as well. The Wraith or Ashe playstyle is probably the more aggressive one, and this is for smaller rotations. If you get into a pinch and you need to make a portal play, then those 2 are your go-tos. How your team likes to play will decide on who will be a better fit for you guys. Now, you can run 2 of these 3 mobility legends that I just listed, but I think there's some more value in other legends. Let me explain. Bloodhound is the best for the recon role, and I don't see a reason you shouldn't be running 1 recon legend. Personally, I'm super tired of the Bloodhound meta, but their abilities are unmatched when it comes to quick information during fights. Could you run Crypto or Seer? Yeah, I guess, but they aren't my recommendation. For the 3rd legend, I recommend Gibraltar. And I know Gibby isn't a fun legend to play, and most teams will probably struggle finding a good Gibby. But if one of your teammates can master him, the value he provides is unmatched. Now, you can find success with other comps, of course. I dabbled with Fuse, Ashe, Bangalore, and Seer, but I ultimately always went back to Bloodhound while my teammates played Wraith or Valk and Gibby. I found that those 3 legends provided the most amount of value in the majority of situations we found ourselves in. Lastly, tip number 5, you've got to try to find the right teammates. Having the right teammates is probably one of the most important factors when it comes to reaching this rank and beyond. The competition in Diamond and above will be good or great players, not to mention the higher up you go in the ranks in Apex, the less people tend to solo queue, and that's for good reason. I know at times finding teammates is very difficult, but they are out there. You just have to look. Use Discord servers. Mine is listed in the description of this video. Use social media. Invite people if you have good games with them, etc. If you stay persistent, I have zero doubt you can find the right teammates. I know it's possible to do this solo or as a duo, as I've done both, and in this season, I did duo a handful of games. But ultimately, the best times are with a trio. It's an easier time to control all of the decisions that are being made, and you guys can hopefully execute those decisions more effectively. The biggest struggles I see when I coach Diamond players who are hoping to reach Masters is they either lack in the gun skill department just ever so slightly, or they lack in the decision-making department. Both of these things are crucial to making it to Masters and beyond. If you only have one, then you will not be able to make it unless your 2 teammates have it and they can make up for your discrepancies. If you get hard stuck in Diamond or even Platinum, my serious recommendations are to watch more of my videos and keep putting the time in to get the practice for those lobbies. It won't come easy, as I think less than 2% of the player base is in Masters. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. So keep at it, stay persistent. Let me know where you're at down in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Peace.